family-owned WGN News at 9.
The national observance for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is now ingrained into American culture, but that wasn't always the case.
The push to commemorate Dr. King's birthday as a national holiday was met with resistance, but advocates in support of the day prevailed. WGN's Jewel Hillary explains.
Some people credit legendary singer Stevie Wonder with getting Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday observed as a holiday. And while he did play a huge role in the effort, it took a massive nationwide grassroots approach. But as we learned from a local Chicagoan directly linked to the campaign, it was a woman closely connected to Dr. King who most significantly influenced the passage of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke, his bold, passion-filled speeches insisting unity and equality enlightened people's minds and unified communities from all walks of life during an era of unfathomable discrimination and terror for many African Americans. The sacrificial civil rights leader, also noted as a Nobel Peace Prize recipient, led a movement to peacefully tear down divisive oppression in the form of Jim Crow laws. 3 years after the march from Selma to Montgomery.
But in spite of some violence, pressure builds to force registration of Negroes.
And the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, Dr. King was assassinated in Memphis on April 4th, 1968. Reverend Jesse Jackson, who worked closely with Dr. King, watched the man many call a hero collapse.
The impact he made, he set the course of our struggles. I've lived another 50 years trying to do his work with economic justice, ending wars, fighting for political empowerment. Trying to bring people together across lines of race, religion, and region.
For 36 years now, the nation has commemorated Dr. King's birthday as a federal holiday. So depending on your age, you may have always been out of school to observe MLK Day. Although the campaign for a national holiday was ignited shortly after King's assassination, it took time and persistence to achieve. To learn how the day officially entered the national spotlight, we met Pastor Rich Redmond at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Living Memorial in Marquette Park, where King marched August 5th, 1966.
It all started with Stevie Wonder. I mean, that song just swept across the nation.
Redmond is referring to Stevie Wonder's 1980 hit dedicated to nationalizing King's birthday. At the time, Redmond served as public relations director for Chicago's Southside NAACP branch. During an interview with Stevie Wonder, Redmond asked the music icon how he could get on board to strategically help nationalize King's birthday.
After we went off air, gave me a contact person to the person he hired, another publicist out of Washington, D.C. by the name of Ophil Dukes.
From there, Redmond quickly started organizing momentum in Chicago as a national co-strategist working to make Dr. King's birthday a national holiday. While garnering support in the city, the Congressional Black Caucus continued to pursue the legislation in D.C. To learn more, Redmond connected with the late Harold Washington, who served as a state lawmaker and congressman before he was elected mayor of Chicago.
In 1968, Harold Washington actually sponsored a bill in the Illinois Assembly. He was state rep at the time. And in that sponsorship, he was able to make Illinois the first state in the Union to have a holiday.
In an effort to dig deeper and figure out how to consolidate what other states were already doing to celebrate King, Redmond says he reached out to the Dr. King Foundation in Atlanta for guidance, and he received a call back from Coretta Scott King.
And she says to me, I understand you want information about the national effort to bring about my late husband's birthday as a holiday. Yes, ma'am. I said, yeah, sure, whatever you could give me.
From there, Mrs. King met with Redmond on a trip to Chicago in November of 1980.
She says, this holiday got to represent more than just a celebration. It's got to be a commemoration. It's got to bring up the things to help teach our children. So she gave me 3 things to write into the national strategy.
education was first. Mrs. King specifically wanted African American children to learn about their history and the sacrifices their predecessors endured and died for to achieve the privileges we have today. Secondly, Mrs. King's vision included commemorating the many people who worked tirelessly in the fight for civil rights. And last but not least, she hoped people would simply take time to help one another.
My most important role was to talk with Mrs. King, get her information, make sure the people across this country know that this woman who know her husband more than anyone who marched with him, talked with him, sat with him, that she had her own idea. She was the person that pushed to make this a national holiday from 1968.
Once receiving his orders from Mrs. King, Redmond incorporated her vision into the national strategy. A few months later, he traveled to D.C., where on January 15, 1981, more than 70,000 people gathered at the National Monument, rallying for a national MLK holiday. Pushback paralleled the impetus for change.
National holidays is normally reserved for presidents. And that was the battle and the argument that was going on from the Southern caucus. It was a question as to why him. This man changed the conscience of this country. He showed unselfishness, he showed love, he showed the kind of spirit this country should adopt, endow, and live under. There was no other person like him. That's why Dr. King.
Eventually, the hard work and persistence paid off.
In November 1983, Ronald Reagan signed the national bill, making it a national holiday. Mrs. King was with him in the Rose Garden. It was just a fantastic move. We achieved what we started out to be.
While Martin Luther King Jr. Day prompts many to reflect on Dr. King's life and legacy, Reverend Jackson says all these years later, he thinks about King daily.
I think about him every day. Every time I make a speech, I think about him. I internalize him, and I think about him every day in some way or another.
In addition to advocating for a national holiday commemorating Dr. King's life, Pastor Redmond also created and spearheaded the City of Chicago's Mayor's Office Dr. King Interfaith Breakfast. That program started in 1986. Back to you.